Hola, hola, mi gente. It's your girl Panchita, and I am back for a long overdue, nice little collective read. It's been a hot moment since I've done a collective read, and that is because, wow, Scorpio season was back to back to back to back. My goodness, there was so much going on, so many exciting things, and so much transformation for me as a Sagittarius rising. I needed some time to be as private as I could during a time of immense change, but there was also just a lot of busyness within all of it as well. I had so many awesome opportunities to do readings with groups of people at different events, to blast off to the stars with people. And I've also consecutively been doing lots of personal readings, which I am enjoying so, so much. I love to get to know people more. I love to connect. I love to see how the transits are affecting everyone's personal stories because, wow, have they been affecting mine in big, big ways. So I love to share insight, love to share the magic of the stars. And I feel so fortunate that Scorpio season was so full of just art, magic, and a lot of transformation. If the last few weeks, if October into November did feel a bit heavier, feel like there was a bit of trudging along, I guarantee that over the next few weeks, we are really going to have the momentum volumed up, a shooting forward of an arrow, if you will, because we are now in Sagittarius season. And all of our close planets of Mercury, Venus, and Mars are all also moving out of the heavier sign of Scorpio. Mars has been in Sagittarius already for a moment, so he's been there. Mercury was in Sagittarius and then retrograded back into Scorpio, and soon will station direct this week and move on out. And Venus, as well, this week is moving out of Scorpio and into Sagittarius. So this is much more of a momentous type of energy, much more forward moving. Scorpio is, it's the spooky sign. There's a reason that it aligns with all of the haunting holidays. It is a very mysterious sign. It's a bit more secretive. It's a bit more intimate. Also can be very sexy as well. And all around, it signifies for us as a collective great transformation. Birth, life, death, sex, heavier themes, a shedding of the ego, an understanding of the importance of sharing our resources, of being real with each other. Scorpio is, in essence, a very strategic type of sign. So it's a great season to really go within, to figure out what's working, what is not. And being that it overlapped with a Mercury retrograde this year, it was just even more of a beneficial time. It has been more of a beneficial time to kind of slow down and get real with ourselves, kind of map out and understand where we are going, because Sagittarius energy is really a launching forward and a moving out into the world. So the sign of Scorpio aligns with our collective eighth house, which has to do with those themes of transformation, those themes of shared resources as well. And then Sagittarius is the ninth house, which very different than numerology, where the ninth house kind of has more of those eighth house qualities, or I should say the nine has more of those eighth house qualities of transformation, and kind of the closing out of cycles, closing out of chapters. Yes, there's all of that going on. But the ninth house, which aligns with Sagittarius in the zodiacal wheel, really is all about going out there, researching, gathering information, getting higher education, understanding of new philosophies, traveling. This is why Sagittarius is the shadow side, can be that we are very flighty. We're up and at 'em. We love to travel. We love to get out. I speak as a Sagittarius. We love to learn languages, love to learn different perspectives, but it is very much about expanding our belief system to take what we've learned while we have a more inner type of experience in Scorpio season and go out into the world, learn more, do more, take in more, and very much about, again, expanding our beliefs, because when we open ourselves to different beliefs, we quite literally shift our reality. Sagittarius is ruled by the expansive planet of Jupiter. Jupiter, the biggest planet in the galaxy, is really loud, is really in your face, is really bold, but is expansive, is optimistic. And Jupiter is currently over in Cancer, really giving us a lot of nurturance and a lot of support and a lot of care in service of imagining new perspectives and new realities and taking on new beliefs. I've been doing a lot of research about this specific thing when it comes to the ninth house and when it comes to Sagittarius. This season, more than ever, I've been a Sagittarius all my life, but when it comes to kind of keeping in mind that our beliefs really shape our physical reality, I'd never put two and two together when it comes to the ninth house and when it comes to my sign. And I've been listening to a lot of talks lately where, Sagittarius is really about seeing completely new possibilities, what others may deem impossible, really bringing it into life. If I believe that I can't do something, then I'm immediately telling myself no, and I won't be able to do that thing. But if I shift my perspective and if I'm open to new possibilities and I say, yes, I can do that, I can achieve my goals, I can achieve my dreams, I can figure this out and make this work, then the door is open and I'm able to move through it. I listened to a long talk by my favorite astrologer, one of my favorites, Chris Corsini, last night. His Sagittarius workshop was one of the best things I've watched in a really long time, and he really spent time talking essentially about like the bend the spoon type of mentality. That there are people out there who are really mastering the space that surrounds the matter around them and accessing that and able to do the impossible, like quite literally bend a spoon with their mind or spin a pinwheel or interact with the elements and cause a rainstorm or swallow a cloud. He was talking about these different things. He talked about also his experience as a child and seeing specters in his home, living in a haunted house, and how there was a stop of his parents didn't necessarily know how to take that in when he ran into their room saying, oh my gosh, if there's a man in the hallway, that I'm seeing a man in the hallway. Instead of fostering that and saying, yes, we believe you, instead it was like, no, you're imagining things. And that's because, they themselves hadn't opened themselves up to that belief system, that understanding. Instead, there was just a stop. So Sagittarius season, at least for me this season, is really about harnessing what I may have always thought of as impossible and really taking it on as a true belief. I'm seeing my life shift in the most incredible ways. This has been the most transformative year of my life by far, bar none. Been absolutely incredible. I'm 35. It's a 12th house perfection year for anyone else out there who has gone through a 35th year. I've talked to so many people, especially friends who are in their 40s now, and they're like, yeah, 35 was when really a lot of stuff started to, everything broke down to then be built up again. And I'm so thankful as I'm moving into both my rising and my sun. I'm a very Sagittarius person. My Mercury is also in Sagittarius as well. I'm really thankful to be gaining this new perspective that really it's all in my head. Any limit that I have is completely internal. Any limit that we put upon ourselves is completely internal because we really do have the capability to do the impossible, to launch forward in miraculous ways. Sagittarius, the symbol is the arrow. And if you read my recent article on Substack that came out this past week, I've been working with a lot of the Archer characters in different mythologies over this whole entire year. Ochosi, I started working with in the summer, the Orisha Ochosi, the warrior, the hunter, and then recently have really gotten into Artemis from Greek mythology, a character that I see myself in quite literally kind of more than any other character I've ever read about in mythology. And just really this incredible focus, this incredible reliability, this incredible drive and passion and independence and unapologetically being who they are. And it's very inspiring. There's no limits. Both of these characters really know who they are from a very young age. And while they slip up, while they of course make mistakes, they are not perfect in any way. Why I love kind of the higher powers in mythology. They're by no means perfect. They're very very human in that way. Um, they know that they are capable of anything. They're capable of the impossible. And so that is really my hope for this Sagittarius season. That's what I'm calling in, to shed myself of any sort of limits that I've put on myself and to really go bravely and boldly forward, to take what I learned during this very transformative past month and whole entire year and really shoot forward into new beginnings. I'm very excited about it. I've already had a couple cards fall out. We'll get into this overall reading. I really hope that's, I just kind of went with where the thought was there. But I hope that is inspiring to you as well. And already I had two cards fall out. One of them fell face up, and already we're at a beautiful point with the tarot pull. We have the Ace of Cups, which is the beginning of the ace is always something new, and cups relates very much to our emotions, our inner world, our feelings, our experiences. So brand new beginnings when it does come to our emotional life, perhaps even deeper relationships, new relationships on the horizon, even new relationships when it comes to romantic energy. Really, really lovely. We have a lot of Venus movement this week as well, as she moves into Sagittarius, very positive. And she's also making a trine to all of the planets in water signs, to Jupiter in Cancer, as well as Saturn and Neptune, both over in Pisces. So the cups relates to water. So very nurturing, very supportive energy that is very new in many ways. The second card that we have, is the Eight of Swords, a little bit of a vibe shift. So if there is overall culmination of thoughts in the mind, if we are getting into a mental spiral, I think it's a really great, this is a great reminder to let it go, to realize that we are surrounded by a world of color, a world of positivity, and to release as much as we can. There is still that Scorpio energy. There is still that kind of heavier, muckier energy that we are working through. And dependent on where Scorpio lands in your birth chart, it of course may be heavier for you than others, but we are moving out of it. This could also be a look at spending time inside of our minds and again, shifting our overall beliefs. Maybe you have to go through a little bit of that mental spiral of that. Can I do this? Can I really do this? No, I don't believe I can do this. Yes, I can. Kind of that inner work to then really understand that you are not bound by your current beliefs, that you can shift them and thus shift into new realities. The next card that we have is, we have the Seven of Cups, and I pulled it in the reverse. I always like this card because it is about getting to the truth. It's about seeing past deception as well. So interesting, as we are kind of moving out of Mercury in retrograde, moving out of Mercury in retrograde in Scorpio. What type of conversations do we need to resolve? What do we need to resolve from this Mercury retrograde period? Do we have any communications that are still stuck in an old cycle? How can we move past that? So we got already two waters and we got one air energy. So we're very much already in our emotions. We're definitely in our mind as well. And let's get one more reading going. Oh, okay. We got the King of Wands, which is all about establishing authority, harnessing our strength, understanding that we are capable of the magic of the universe. The King of Wands has shown up in basically every personal read I've done for the last week and a half. He keeps showing up. This also could be a symbol that there is an authoritative figure, possibly a father figure, a paternal figure, a masculine energy, that we are also kind of maybe having these this kind of deceptive type of energy, or maybe just an overall bit of conflict that needs to overall be worked through and progressed past as we shift into Sagittarius season, which is interesting. Let's see. So we have 8 and 8, 16, 7, as well as 6. So we are a little bit, this week, I think we'll be presented with some choices. I'm adding kind of all of the numbers up, and if I include the ace as a 1, I'm getting both 6 and 7. So that's why I'm thinking that we may be confronted with a greater choice this week. It's up to us how we progress forward. Are we going to choose clarity? Are we going to choose to have very frank conversations? Are we going to embrace friction so that way we can progress forward? Friction isn't a bad thing. We already see with the Ace of Cups that it's a new beginning. There's new energy. How can we take our mind spirals and take what we learn from it to use our intuition and understand what we're feeling within the body, to then also confront any type of authoritative figure or any type of position that we might be in opposition with, to get to the truth. Sagittarius is the truth seeker. Scorpio is the truth seeker as well. We're in a time of revealing the truth, of gaining greater clarity so that we can really progress forward in full confidence. Use your intuition. It's an incredibly heightened time, especially as all of the closest planets to us are moving from the very intuitive sign of Scorpio into this bold, brazen, knowing what is going on within the body and acting upon it type of sign of Sagittarius. So don't be afraid to have, and this is also for me as well, don't be afraid to have the hard conversations as we are moving out of Mercury in retrograde. Mercury in retrograde is a time where there may be those more difficult and challenging communications, whether in writing, via text or email, whether in physical communication. Gain clarity. It is for our best so that we can progress forward into the new. I'm really excited. This week aligns with Thanksgiving. So likely you may also be around your family members. Don't be hesitant to point things out if somebody says something that you don't like. Stand up for yourself. Have courage. The King of Wands, I think, encourages that. You have the ability to eloquently and kindly stand up to anybody that in the past may have held an authoritative position. This Thanksgiving as well, of course, be thankful for your friends, family, your life, the roof over your head, the things that we have. Give back as much as you can. Research the native land that you live upon and see if there's any local tribes or native businesses that you can give to. Always really, really wonderful. Happy Sagittarius season. Happy holidays. So happy to kind of be back here with you guys. This is your collective read for the last week of November as we progress into December. I will see you guys very soon. Adios.